I was sure he was going to tear my throat out. Me too, I was thinking the same thing right now. There's a caller. We're gonna be in prison. This game is intended for 18 plus audience. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are in part 4 of You Kill Me Every Time, which I'm actually super excited for today because we are doing the most requested endings, and also an ending I've been trying to get, but I keep getting the same freaking ending. The cursed one. So remember last time we got mostly Ren endings and we got Lawrence mentioned? Well, trust me, I love the endings, but I just want to take Ren, maybe just kidnap him myself and give him a better life. Anyways, let's get started. We have to start all over again because we have to in order to get different endings. So we start with us going to the bar, right? And then us meeting Strade. So we are going to flirt with him. We shall flirt with Strade and raise our love meter up because there's two ways this can branch out. We fall in love with Strade, or Strade falls in love with us. And then probably we die, because in the original game, we died. So. Just kind of skimming through here. The love meter is more up. Okay, skip. Just wandering around. We're gonna flirt. Love meter has to go up, as you can tell. Really? That's interesting. Is it? Ha! I just love machines. Of course, Strade. Of course, you really shown your love for machines lately in this whole game, and it freaks me out. Let me freshen you up. Should we say thank you very much or keep it coming? It's interesting. What ending can we get with all these choices? Let's say keep them coming. We're gonna get all the beers. We're gonna get drunk. You got it. He left in Richmond with another glistening mug. He could still hear the rain hammering at the roof of the building, but it didn't bother me like before. I gulped my drink. Okay, I did notice that we gulped it. So time skips by. Okie dokie. We're at the wall now. Whoa, aren't we moving a little fast? I could feel his laugh shake my body in reply. I can't help myself. He shuffled for a moment, then wrenched my wrists together behind me. The sound of a zip tie closing sent a deep chill down my spine. We have a new choice, and that is lick his hand. In this situation, I don't think you'd love to lick someone's hand, especially Strade's hand. But we shall do it anyways. Lick his hand. What is that? He tilted my head to side as he was asking a question with my body. You're strange and cute. I can't. A specific Strade PNG is just so... It's getting to me, and I don't like Strade. Okay, let's skip. Once we get kidnapped, what should we do? Get away from him? Protest? Let him do it? We'll let him do it. I gulped and stood still. What else can I do? Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you yet. I'm just getting those wet clothes off of you. The word yet was echoing my head. That fabric rip. Oop. We shall, when he's like, are you comfy? Yes. Really? Well, I'm glad. Anyway, now you're really dry so you won't freeze. I want you to be... Anyways, tomorrow... He's excited to get started, which I'm not excited. I'm not looking forward to that. Okay, let's beg him to be let go. Please, I don't know what I did, but I'm so sorry. Or if you want something, I don't have much money on me, but... Begging already. We haven't even gotten started yet. Don't worry, just rest for now. I watched him bound up the stairs. So, we're talking about Strade. What could we do? He loves being entertained, so we'll cry. We'll be realistic about the situation. I couldn't help it. The shock of pain brought the telltale heat to my eyes. Why is he smiling like that? Did his hand on my face just tremble? He shifted his weight, seeming to renew his excitement. His hand finally left my face as he steadied myself. Okay, nice. Maybe we can struggle. Would you like that? Stay still. I stifled a yelp as the edge tore my skin apart, increased the pressure and the speed. My blood clung to the edge of the knife in his shaking hand. I glanced back up to him and realized he was still watching me. He's so creepy. No, please don't. No? Are you scared of it hurting? Scared of the needle? Start crying again. I couldn't hold it anymore. I broke down. What's the difference anyway? What does it matter what I say? Is he crying with us? Feeling a bit, overwhelmed? I am too. Strade, how are you feeling overwhelmed? You've done this before. You've done this with your videos. You've done it with Ren, and he's over here crying, overwhelmed. His breath hitched a little as he spoke. Let's fix you up then. He turned to gather a medical kit and bottle from the cabinets behind him. He sat down and placed the objects on the ground. Good. What did you call me? Oh, my Liebchen? It's just a nickname, a cute name. Oh my gosh, we might have to blush. Blush. I lost my train of thought. Why would he call me that? Anyway, we still have one more thing to do. I balked at the idea of any more torture. Need to clean you up. I let a small sigh of relief. So we're looking around. We have to somehow get a different ending. Hi, Pookie. Oh my gosh. Okay, what was that? When I say, hey, come back. Come back. Help me. And then Strade comes down. Hi, Strade. We're gonna lie. I was calling for you. For me? Well, what do you need? I saw a spider. He immediately burst out laughing. You saw a spider? Yes, spiders do sometimes live in basements. I shifted nervously, hoping he would take my fear as embarrassment. It scared me. It did, eh? He scanned the room briefly. Well, no sign of scary spider now. I tried my best to look relieved, offering a shaky smile. You're very easy to scare. That's no problem. But you should try to forget about spiders for now. You need rest. Big day tomorrow. I pressed myself against the pole. He flashed me a grin before he left. He climbed back up the stairs as I weathered a new wave of fear. I suppose it could be worse. I closed my eyes and tried to will myself to calm down. Eventually, my body let go of its tension. But as I fell asleep, an echo of shining eyes played in my mind. Pa 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 pa. Strade wants to know if he can film us. Sure. It's okay. Ah, you're so sweet. Don't worry, you won't even notice it. I looked around trying to find a camera. Look at the love affection. It's getting scary. Eat the bark quickly. Yum 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 yum. Thank you. And that should increase. You know I'm going to kill you. Do you think it'll be today? Or will I just play with you again? I squeezed my legs together. What is he going on about? We know what's going to happen. You can do whatever you want to me. realistically, I would never allow this. Never. The words were out of my mouth before I could think about them. My cheeks were suddenly on fire. What was that? Ah. Oh God. Oh, there we go. It's dripping. My heart is dripping. He chewed his lip for a moment as if he was wrestling with some concept in his head. With all the torture I endured, somehow his hesitation struck me and twisted my insides. Are we getting butterflies? I'm getting butterflies because of this man. I just wanted him to move, for him to lay his hand on me again. I leaned towards him, caught in some magnetic pull. I imagined him touching me, holding me. Oh God. We're in love with him. He reached out a hand to my face and I immediately melted into it. Then he pulled it away. He's in love with us, I guess, if that's even possible. Probably he's in love with the idea of us. My breath seemed to follow, pulled out of my mouth in a way leaving me empty. His teeth flashed. He saw right through me, through my skin, blood, bones, to the desperation holding me together. You want more? I trembled, not fully wanting to admit what I felt, but I couldn't lie. I nodded at him. Show me. I could feel my cheeks getting hotter. What did he expect me to say, to do? Some part of me understood. I dropped my head and exposed the injured... Whoa! Exposed the injured side of my leg to him. My display had an obvious effect on him. He stood back and looked at me. Then he dragged a boot slowly across the floor, as he was daring me to guard myself to stop him, but he didn't. The jagged tread of his sole finally pressed into my stitches. You're blushing. His voice had that manic edge that I've heard before. Something deep inside me was trying to warn me about that sound. He put pressure behind his foot, and those thoughts were squeezed from my mind. He ground his foot into me as I began to squirm. You want it, don't you? You want me to hurt you. The heel of his boot was crushing me with bruising force. I opened my mouth to answer him, but all that came out was a strained moan. Did I break you? I took a picture, so what? Even though I'm a Strade hater, I can't deny it. He's actually kind of attractive. Maybe I'm in denial. With the pain welling up and mixing with my desire, something started to click for me. I remembered every time he hurt me, always bringing me and himself right to the edge. Pain, pleasure, reason kept pushing me closer and closer to a fire. I opened my eyes and finally saw the dancing flames in his head. Please. My voice froze him. I wasn't begging for mercy this time. Hurt me. Tear me apart. The request fell out of me with no pride left to hold them back. He stared down at me as he processed my plea. In the next moment, he was over me, surrounding me as he slashed at the tape holding my wrists together. Oh, the art is so good. He dragged my limp and willing body across the floor until I was flat on my back. I knew he would be rough. I knew it would hurt. I didn't care. He brandished his knife and sloppily cut a line at my waist. Then his frantic, roving hands teased at my new and old injuries, squeezing and pinching skin that had only just begun to heal, despite everything my body was reporting. I was more focused on him. There was something about the way he looked at me. He gripped at my bloody skin with bruising force, but he seemed focused on something else. Something like triumph. My body was waking up to his. I wondered if his triumph was the pain he sent through my nerves, the way it made me squirm under him and cry. His hands crept up my body, carrying his weight with them. No, his triumph was something else. His fingers slid over my chest. He was looking at me like he had destroyed something magnificent. His palm settled on my neck. Oh God. Oh God. Destruction is too simple. His fingers tightened around me. He was looking at me like he'd built something magnificent. Are we a machine now? My whimpers and moans abruptly stopped as my throat closed between his hands. My eyes rolled back as his full weight slowly crushed my windpipe. He was all around me, smothering me, bringing me closer and closer to his edge. The fire in my lungs seemed to spread through my limbs, to every stitch, cut, bruise, and missing chunk of flesh. It was ecstasy. Once you stare into the sun long enough, you can't see anything else. I shared in his addiction now, his ravenous hunger for light and life. I opened my eyes and body, and I let him inside. You loved him too much. I really liked that ending. I loved it. I absolutely loved that ending. It was so good, and the writing. Okay, on to the next route. So we're starting all over again because we have to get different choices. Lie. Yeah, they should be here soon. Oh, is that so? I'll just have to keep you company while you wait then. I shifted in my seat. I guess I'm not getting rid of this guy that easily. I got a bit ahead of myself. My name is Strade. Yeah. Oh, I'm Alice. I'm glad you came in here. No, I was just trying to get home before the rain. I see. I suppose that didn't really work out. Well, hopefully the rain clears up soon. Although, in the meantime, I'd love to hear a little more. I relaxed in my seat and began chatting with him. Seemed so easy to talk about myself. Hardly noticed my beer rapidly disappearing. I told him about my day while he listened, fully invested. Are you trying to get me drunk? And in engineering... I think I've had enough. Of course. I forget that not everyone is a heavyweight with beer. Found myself listening to him and talking about myself with a sense of ease. Our light conversation blended in with the comfortable buzz of the bar. As he kept chatting away happily, I leaned back. This bar is so relaxing. And it looks like someone never showed up. I tried to mask my surprise. Right, I forgot I said that. I looked behind me to see the wall of water past the window myself. I guess we'll just have to get you home anyway. Oh yeah, it's getting late. I stood up from the table and stretched. Let me walk you out, eh? Let's push him away. We hate Strade. We're gonna beg. I grunted under the pressure of his body. Hey, please, whatever you're thinking, you don't need to do this. Let's attack him. I braced myself against the wall and kicked backwards at him. My aim was true. I was rewarded with a sharp grunt of pain. I twisted my body away from him and tried to get poised to run, but a hand gripped the back of my neck and slammed it against the wall. You are a feisty one. I slumped against him. My head was pounding. I like that a lot. Let's scream for help. Help! Someone! Help me! This guy's kidnapped me! I strained desperately, listening for some kind of evidence that anyone could hear me. What are those footsteps upstairs? Silence. You have healthy lungs on you. Anyway. He's so mean! Of my stab wounds, I can't say I feel great about them. He let out a genuine laugh. Was that a joke? I didn't realize you were also funny. What a beautiful surprise. I refused to dignify that with an answer. Anyway, we still have one more thing to do. Balk the idea of any more torture. We need to clean you up. Lean into it. I heard you calling. That's why I was calling for you. I saw a spider. You immediately burst out laughing. I struggled to breathe. Something weighed down on my body. Are you here yet? I struggled under the weight as panic traveled through my nerves. I can't breathe. I thrashed in terror and the sand fell away from me. Are you coming to see me? Will you ask for me? I blinked away in the last grains, tried to see where I was. Nothing but darkness and warm sand. I tried to see a horizon, but I couldn't focus. There will be blood here, but not yours. Hello? Who are you? I tried to stand up, but I couldn't seem to get a foothold. The sand kept shifting under me. Please! Exquisite vitality, sublime profanity. I sank into the softness and screamed. I love you so much. Another dream. Another dream interesting. This one's about sand. Sure. He can film us, I guess, and then we're gonna eat the bar quickly like an animal. I guess you could say thanks or no. We haven't not thanked them yet. Thank you. We don't want to get killed. Whoa, it's glitching. How long was that going on? It was just going back and forth. Is the weight to your heart or your stomach? What a fun surprise. My relief was short-lived. He was staring at me. I shifted nervously as he studied my body. Your stitches look pretty good. I looked down at my mangled body. My throat tightened. He's going to do more. You look scared. Well, no duh, Strade. I choose you letting me go because you suck and I want to... Oh, this part. My goodness. We're going to choose a drill. Okay. I don't know. I couldn't think properly. Tears pricked the corners of my eyes. He laughed wholeheartedly. There we go, love meter's up. You forgot which hand you use? That's so cute. He chewed his lip for a moment as if he was wrestling with some concept in his head. I flinched as he suddenly moved again. He dropped to his knees, straddling my legs. I froze. What is happening? First he extended a hand to caress the side of my face. Then he leaned in so close I could feel his breath on the other side of my neck. I shivered as he pressed his nose and mouth to my skin and sucked in a deep breath. Oh God, no, I don't like this. Can't get enough of you. His mumbling voice was so close to my neck, my hair stood up. The sense of internal alarm I had cultivated throughout my time with him was blaring. This is too close, he's too. I gasped as his teeth clamped down on the base of my neck. At first it seemed playful, but he kept biting harder. Oh no! Oh God, is he gonna... I squirmed and tried to push him away. He responded by shoving his body against me and breaking skin. I cried out wordlessly, knowing by how that begging wouldn't get me anywhere. A sound came out of him that was more like a growl than anything human. My struggling became more desperate. I was sure he was going to tear my throat out. Me too, I was thinking the same thing right now. That look at him, he looks so scary. I'm not enjoying him looking at us like that. I guess, if things get more crazy, we have a plushie here. But he finally relented and let go as a few drops of blood trickled down my chest. I want to hear more. I'd seen him like this before, and I knew where it was leading. Slow down, please, I was cut off by surprise of him suddenly moving again. Backed off just enough to push my legs out of the way. I winced in discomfort. The position was awkward, and it put a lot of strain on my wrist, still bound to the pole. Once again, my attention was caught by the gleam of the knife. He raked the knife over my collarbone, starting a new set of red lines, running down my body. Something calmer in my mind told me to stop struggling and let him do what he wants. But it was just a whisper. The animal inside me was in control, and it forced me to thrash against him. My energy echoed through him. His mouth returned to my mangled neck. His teeth tore through my skin like a ravenous predator. I squirmed and cried as he gripped my shoulder in his mouth. His careless movements and lack of patience terrified me, more than the damage he was causing. The noise between us was reaching a fever pitch, our limbs in sweat and a tangle stained with blood. Scream. I was so distracted by the crescendo sensation and energy that I didn't process his command. I didn't notice him grab the knife again. I want you to scream. I obeyed mindlessly as the blade sank into the side of my ribs. His aggression matched my pace and terror exactly. He tore the knife out of me and stabbed me again. Screaming and stabbing and bleeding all seemed to blur together. The bloody tempest between us seemed to erase our minds. He was screaming too, until I couldn't anymore. Blood spilling out of me onto the floor, until my body turned cold. He loved you too much. Yay! Another ending done. Let's get started with the next one. No thanks, I'm good. Alright, I won't bug you about it again. Engineering. Keep pace with him. I scratched my face against the onslaught of rain. I kept up with him, eager to get back indoors. Which way are we going? It's hard to see in the dark. I'm gonna cry. Relax and do as he says. He's too heavy. I'm better off saving my energy. I relaxed my body again, still trying to show him that I wasn't going to resist. Sad you go. Try to get some rest. I took a deep breath. There's no point in fighting anymore. If I sleep, maybe I'll have enough energy to try and escape tomorrow. If someone like me could ever escape, I shook the thought from my mind. I have to try. Fear finally started giving way to my exhaustion. Beg. Please stop. But we're just getting started. Say nothing. Did I wear you out? That's a shame. Let's fix you up anyway. Okay, Strade. I tucked my chin defensively. Lowered the needle to my torn up thighs. I twitched reflexively, anticipating pain. He lowered his knee over mine and held down my other leg firmly. My stab wounds? Release me! I don't know. Release me. We got our shiny little knife. And we do need energy for tomorrow, which we are going to eat it. Well, no time like the present. I can't wait around. I need to take the fight to him. When did I click the stairs? I took my first step up, and then Strade sees us and we're freaking on the ground again. I really didn't expect that from you. You've been so soft and gentle like a little rabbit. But you've got surprising fangs too, eh? I should have been more careful. You really might have killed me. But look at you now. I don't want to look. The pain was blinding. I didn't want to see. That's obviously broken. Yep. Answered miserably. I could barely understand what he was saying. I don't know. That look he gives, it looks like he's crying. I don't know. I could barely get words out between the tears and gasps of pain. Stop. You're gonna make me. He took a few deep, shaky breaths. The bizarre display actually took my mind off the pain a little. Anyway, so he was about to cry, was he? I can't leave you like that. Yeah, put my bone back in place. It's okay. I replied to him softly, quietly. Really? You must be in shock. Or maybe you're just very, very sweet. Now hold still. I screamed as his hands clamped around my broken leg. I finally noticed the look in his eye, the sweat on his forehead. Oh God, the noise. The noise is disgusting. I guess we just have to be okay with him filming us. Eat the bar quickly, and I guess we're gonna say thank you. Thank you, Strade. And you're like, well, that's not looking so good, but we can't expect much for that. I looked down at my mangled body, my throat tightened. He's going to do more. You look scared. He shifted his weight just a bit closer. Strade the man you are? Not in a good way. I'm horrified. We'll wait quietly. I swallowed nervously. He turned to the cabinets, took his time looking at different tools. The click was horrible. Okay, what are we choosing? The drill. I don't know. You're just so funny. He took a moment to settle himself. Okay. I'll pick it for you, don't worry. He grabbed my arm. He wasn't waiting anymore. Panic exploded into the front of my mind. He pushed a cold blunt tip into my skin with bruising force. Get ready. Oh God. I still hate it. I'll probably relax. Wait. I'll be nice. And put it in the leg you already ruined last night. No! Oh God, he put it in the car. For a fleeting moment I experienced true hell. And in that split second I felt the drill spin back to life and tearing through my skin. Then crunching, grinding through the bone just beneath. My head was pounding. No, my whole body was throbbing. My throat was so sore I tasted blood. Was I screaming? Cry. I had no walls or reservations left. I broke down and started sobbing. His rough thumbs made the mix of blood and tears over my cheek. That's good. Let it out. He seemed to be examining my leg, though pain seized most of my attention. Just a bandage, I think. Let's let him work. I didn't see the need to fight him on this. He was working fairly gentle and, honestly, it felt nice. Oh, I forgot your bandages. I grabbed another paper towel. I shouldn't get distracted so easily. I couldn't sort the confusing mess in my head. As he carefully dabbed the blood off my wounds, I slipped further into the murk of my mind. He wrapped my arm and knee in clean gauze as I stared blankly. He shattered my malice with a single sentence. I resented my bindings for not letting me at least wipe my face. I let out a defeated sigh. I have to do something. I have to find some way out of here. I won't last much longer. My body wouldn't answer the desperation of my mind. I couldn't even seem to keep my head up. I sighed and surrendered to sleep. Now we'll just rest. I closed my eyes and tried to imagine my own bed. None of this was real. Hard metal and concrete cradled my broken body, and eventually I fell asleep. Oh my goodness. Good morning. Yeah, It really hurts. I choked out half a sob. Is that so? It does look very sensitive. I recoiled as he approached me and crouched down. Please don't. He ignored my protest and slid his hand over my knee. Still. The pain blossomed like a flame even though his touch was feather light. Stay still or attack him? I think we're gonna stay still. I stood up shakily, but his hands never left my arm. He led me to what I thought was a table. Oh no, the table saw. I refused to answer him. He knows I know what it is. Well, it's a machine. I felt a finger touch the back of my head. I really love machines. Did I tell you that? It's a bit much to ask right now. Not very good though, right? Even if I wasn't about to turn it on and push you into it. I stiffened and a cold bead of sweat rolled down my back. Struggle. Creepy. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. We're back in the basement and Ren has never appeared. Gonna rest. I leaned back and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long for the void to pull me under again. Good morning, beautiful. I flinched away from him. I caught my weight with my good hand on the ground. You untied me? That's right. I wanted to have a chat with you. I gulped and tried to wake my brain up to prepare myself for the inevitable torture. Outwardly, I simply nodded at him. Well, the truth is, I was planning to kill you today. I stayed perfectly still as I ran his words through my mind. Was? Well, I'm a very curious person. I have to know how people work, and I am obsessed. And I've pulled quite a few people apart trying to find out exactly how they work. So the people are machines then? Because I remember, Strade is, not from here, I mean Earth and stuff. He was a space commander or something like that. So, I guess he's trying to figure out how humans work, I guess. I usually find out people can be so simple, but you are not so simple. I thought you were pretty serious at first, but then you made me laugh. That told me that there was more to you, something a bit more complicated. On top of that, you were so afraid and gentle. Until you tried to attack me. That was such a surprise. I was so excited. I love many complicated things about you. So you understand I can't kill you yet. I want to keep you around. I could hardly understand what I was hearing. Is this some kind of trick? Anyway, having you on the floor down here won't work anymore. You need food and a bath, so I have an offer for you. I nodded again, slowly trying not to show how desperate I was for the comfort he promised. I built another collar. It's like Ren's. Ah. Ren is my other housemate. Yeah, 'cause we never got to meet Ren. You will meet him soon. Maybe you will become friends. I hope so. I want to become friends with Ren, but it would have been better if we could free him and still be friends with him rather than, him kill us or us running away from him. But I mean, he's pretty unstable once we kill Strade, so I tried to smile and nod encouragingly, but I'm sure my fear still showed all over my face. He laughed warmly. I was sure now that he could read my emotions like a book. There's the collar. We're gonna be in prison. Then he picked up a thick metal collar. This collar will shock you and kill you if you try to leave the house. I will also shock you if you make any trouble. Do you understand? Oh God. And if I say no, then I'll kill you right now. I knew that's what he was going to say, but it still felt like a cinder block pulling me down a river. I look down at my broken body. I can't fight him anymore, and I can't just die. Okay. My voice wavered and cracked. I'll do it. Good. He reached out and clipped the collar closed around my neck. Maybe you will learn to love it. I look forward to our time together for the rest of your life. Oh, hell no. You belong to him now. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, wait. I just want to see what happens if we do the other option. I understand and I accept. You made the choice clear. Obedience or death. Good. Just two different things. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we're gonna get simple endings. Simple endings such as us not fighting the saw. Ready or not? The last silver of strength left my body. Without resistance, his arm pushed my head into the saw. I thought I might have heard him yell. Ta-da, that was easy. And then another thing that we have not tried yet. Okay, we're here with Strade sleeping. I'm gonna use a knife. And then all of a sudden, we won't kill him. I stood there, knife dangling over his snoring body. My hand shook. Why? After everything, can't I? The snoring stopped. His eyes were open. Hi, Strade. His hand shot out and grabbed my wrist. I gasped as the knife clattered to the floor. Wait, no, I wasn't. No, you weren't. He looks attractive like this, not gonna lie. His voice was sluggish, like he was still waking up. He slowly stood up, holding my wrist the entire time. I winced as his grip got tighter and tighter. Strade, please. How did you slip out to that tape? My mouth was too dry to speak. He looked at the knife on the floor and back to me. I guess it's too risky to keep you. No, wait! He dragged me by the wrist into the basement. I pulled and clawed at his arm, but I was still too weak. He tossed me towards my usual spot, and I stumbled, falling right into it. I didn't have the strength to fight anymore, and I knew in my current state I didn't stand a chance against him anyway. I stared at the floor listlessly as he rummaged in his cabinets. As soon as he returned to me with duct tape, a handful of other items, and a jug of liquid, he lifted my wrist and taped them together in front of me. Oh no. No pull this time. He pulled out more tape, bent down, and taped around my thighs and calves, binding me in a forced kneeling position. Even with all this, it was his silence that bothered me most. He'd never been so quiet before. Strade? From his small collection of objects, he pulled out a cigar. The silence stretched wider and wider as he used the knife to cut the tip. Strade, hey, come on! Then right before he seemed to be about to light it, he stopped. He set the cigar down. So, the words spread through the silence like a crack on dark glass. I really loved our time together. I feel like I really got to know you. I pulled at the tape, finding no give at all. And I want you to know, I'll never forget you. Fear coursed through my body like shockwaves. None of his threats or cruel jokes ever felt like this. This was a goodbye. But don't worry. He approached with a collar. No, it was a gag. I'm gonna make our last time really special. He pulled it around my head, forced the metal ring between my jaws and fastened it. My mouth was pried wide open. He picked up the jug. Is he gonna... How is this special? This is not special! I tried to protest, but of course all I could manage was... Well, my participation seemed to please him. It didn't stop him. He twisted the cap from the jug and tilted it over me. I ducked as liquid oozed over my head. No, come on. Don't just be like that. He stepped behind me and gripped the back of the ring gag. What? He pulled down, forcing me to look straight up. Then he poured again, this time into my open mouth. That is disgusting. You know, gasoline smells yummy, in my opinion. Some other people hate the smell of it. And yeah, maybe I thought about like taking a sip of it or something. Just because, but someone doing this is disgusting. I coughed and gagged on the thick, slippery liquid. It poured from my mouth all over my body, coating my torso, arms, and legs. Finally, he released my head and I curled forward, retching as the contents of my mouth spilled into my lap. With the way it tasted and smelled, the way it coated my body, I could pretty safely assume what it was. Oil. I barely managed to catch my breath. But he was already shoving himself up to my face. So it's not gasoline, it's oil. He pulled his boxers down. I have to use you one more time. His voice was already heavy and breathy. I yelled and shook my head, and for a moment the oil helped me escape his grip. But his fingers tightened, and soon my face was still. He didn't waste any time. The head slid over my tongue and easily into my throat. The ring gag and oil robbed me of any resistance I might have mustered. The oil's lubrication replaced pain with an upsetting accuracy of sensation instead. I could feel every ridge, the texture of his skin, even his beating heart. He pulled out and let the tip of his linger on my tongue as I caught my breath. I could feel him shudder. Then before I managed to get quite enough air, he pushed all the way in again. I lurched as I felt his head pushed against the back of my throat over and over. He used me just as he said he would, but he did pull out halfway every now and then, just to let me breathe. I knew it wasn't courtesy, the blood running from my lips being smashed into the ring gag told me that he wanted me to stay awake. I squeezed my eyes shut, trying not to think of what was coming next, but I was used to this now. It didn't overshadow my fear. I knew what was next was worse. I curled in on myself as small as my forced kneeling position would allow. He let a long, contented sigh and turned back to me, cigar once again in hand. Perfect. A flick of a lighter. You were absolutely perfect. The end of his cigar glowed with the promise of hell. He blew an eye-watering cloud over my whimpering face. I knew by now that screaming and begging were useless even without this gag. Waar schon mit uns beten. I don't know what that means. I'm so sorry if I messed that up. In one smooth, ceremonial motion, he pressed the burning end of the cigar into my exposed tongue. I cried out around it as it burned my tongue. Ouch! But then the tendrils of flame erupted from my mouth, snaking over my body, carried by the oil. For one dazzling moment, the world was all warmth and dancing light. Then it was pain. I screamed in earnest as my skin began to burn. Flame and agony consumed my body, and I screamed until I couldn't. The last thing I saw was him watching me, breathing in the smoke from my body and his cigar, watching me burn. My flesh burned long after my eyes stopped seeing, until finally, mercifully, my world went dark. Oh. That was interesting. So, we have 13 out of 21 endings unlocked. So we're almost done with this, and I'm pretty sure next time we'll probably get like 4 endings unlocked, or maybe more. We have 5 death tokens, so we can most definitely unlock some concept art. Oh, that's beautiful. It's him with like a ponytail. Anyways, thank you so much again for coming to watch my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and next time, we're gonna see what happens with Strade, and maybe we have a chance where we can maybe torture him for what he has done to us in these past few endings. So I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!